All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game taking place here on, well, Tyrannus Stand version 2.0. Smurf spawning as the pink Night Elf in the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Deathnote spawning as the orange human. Opening things up, gonna be pretty standard, and I'm wondering if we're gonna be looking at a Mountain King versus Warden matchup here on Tyrannus Stand. Something that, well, is quite common, just because I say it doesn't mean it happens, though. It is going to be a Demon Hunter going up against an Archmage, so much more of a classic matchup here instead of that typical Warden Mountain King matchup that we often see. We are going to see the Archmage pop on out, head off to the north, and because of the way Tyrannus Stand is laid out, with only two main paths in and out of your base, well, people can stay on their neck of the woods for quite some time. You can see a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Oh, that's a lot of lightning shield damage. One peasant gets taken down. And wow, Invul Potion picked up here. I don't believe this was cleared out particularly well. That was a lot. That was a lot of damage from that lightning shield and a lot of that frost armor applied to multiple targets. So Deathnote perhaps a little bit slower there than he would have liked, as we now see a Blood Wizard Apprentice Wizard creep camp now being cleared out. All right, couple of things to note: piercing damage. Wow, bloodlusted units. I don't remember these units being bloodlusted. Was there a change in the creeps? Perhaps that slight change in the creeps is the reason why Deathnote kind of came across into a rather sticky situation here, as we do see a Demon Hunter now trying to make its way out, trying to go after this Kobold Tunneler, Kobold Geomancer creep camp location. All right, Demon Hunter off to the north here. We're going to see an Archmage perhaps try and pummel a little bit of damage onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does not have evasion. Immolation and Mana Burn. Immolation most likely used to try and clear out some of those earlier creep camps, and now using, Mana Burn to try and keep that Archmage at bay with that mana. All right, does drop a Water Elemental just in time, and now we're looking at this Forest Troll Berserker creep camp attempting to get cleared out. There's a Mana Burn onto the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest already in quite a bit of trouble. He's going to easily get taken down. 200 some odd hit points taken out in just a matter of seconds. There's another Mana Burn there. Archmage and Demon Hunter trying to finish things off. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal Force? We are. Mana is going to be completely drained, and a couple of peasants, are they going to be able to stay alive? Wow, that Footman able to stay alive here. Forest Troll High Priest healing up that bear, but with that inner fire, that bear and those heals, that bear seemingly alive for a very, very, very long time. All right, some very aggressive plays by both sides. Archmage does get to level 3. Forest Troll Berserker has been added. No easy heals as the Demon Hunter off to the north, working alongside this Ancient of War. All right, so this Renegade Wizard did get down a couple of, well, frost armors. You can see the Rogue Wizard is there as well. We're seeing some piercing damage. And, well, frost armor coupled with piercing damage on medium armor, that's going to be some slow deaths there as the Demon Hunter finally gets to level 3. Off to the north, Tome of Intelligence was left behind. Not quite sure why the Archmage would do that. Most likely just too busy to pick up and read a book, like so many of us are in this modern day. Meanwhile, archers gonna perhaps try and get in some pelting damage. Forest Troll Shadow Priest is it gonna abolish magic? I would expect it to abolish magic at least once, remove the majority of those hit points, as the Demon Hunter may, well, still using that immolation very effectively. This is level 2 immolation, folks. There's a reveal. Archer perhaps gonna get taken down. It does end up falling as the Archmage looks to fall back. All right. This game just feels very fast. We're 5 minutes into this game. The pacing on this game just going back and forth so quickly as the Demon Hunter trying to go after this Footman here. All right, Demon Hunter should be able to get the final shot off, does take it down. And now the Demon Hunter perhaps going to try and Mana Burn down a new Forest Troll Shadow Priest. That, however, well, as we saw earlier, it was level 2 immolation, as we're still seeing some more damage come across there. There's some damage going down onto those units here. We can see that this Arcane Tower quickly going to get denied here, as we're looking at another Forest Troll Shadow Priest taken down. All right, so Forest Troll Shadow Priest taking down. Demon Hunter going after that target. One more final arrow. That Berserker will get taken down. Demon Hunter now at level 4. Another Forest Troll Shadow Priest taken out. So the Forest Troll Shadow Priest getting cleaned up pretty easily. Couple of reveals, though, taking out a couple of those Shadow Melded archers as the Demon Hunter looking to perhaps try and protect his own archers. We are looking at triple Ancient Protectors. All right, so what is this? Smurf now going to go ahead and counter tower here. Archmage may try and, well, take down one of these Ancient Protectors, but it's most likely just going to get canceled. It is buying time. Meanwhile, this Arcane Tower off over here, is it going to get perhaps destroyed? All right, Demon Hunter could turn on Immolation and now go after all of these peasants once more. That is going to be a fair amount of damage across all of those targets here, as another peasant could get taken down. All right, we are looking at Immolation across all of these peasants here. Arcane Tower, 15 seconds left. Meanwhile, Water Elemental trying to go after here. Arcane Towers, upgrade time. Arcane Towers will get completed first. That is going to be incredibly important, as we're looking at some of these towers still getting cleaned up again and again. All right, one Ancient Protector is going to be done in time. Arcane Tower now going to try and feed back. We're looking at some peasants falling here. Double Ancient Protectors, and wow, dual Ancient Protectors, one Wisp repairing, the other Wisp not doing the job for some reason. Down to 69 hit points. Now finally coming over to repair, trying to, well, save it as much as it can, and that Ancient Protector will get taken down. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter still going after a couple more of these peasants. Smurf did bring in a new Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Ogre Mauler being brought over, and this Town Hall is going to suffer large amounts of damage and perhaps get taken down. Ogre Mauler, Mud Golem trying to make its way over. We are at Tree of Life. We have not gone to Tier 2 yet. All right, so that does explain why it felt like, Smurf seemed to have such a large army. He never teched to Tier 2. He never tried to set up an expo. So all of that early gold for infrastructure, he just straight spent it onto an army, and that's why he, well, feels like he has the larger army. A Deathnote needs to get this expansion to pay for itself. Perhaps try and hire up a couple more mercenaries, but he just doesn't have the gold to do so. This is going to be a tough proposition, as the Archmage and the Ogre Mauler waiting to find an opportunity to, well, save this Town Hall. 37 supply compared to 26. New Militia now getting called over into the back. That Ancient Protector in the far back here, well, opting to try and clean up some of these units and able to do exactly that. Demon Hunter down to 25, down to 5 hit points. Demon Hunter falls, and with the Demon Hunter now felled, what is going to happen? Level 5 Demon Hunter nearly gives level 5 to the Archmage, already at 4 2/3 now, as those peasants are now looking to retreat back. Deathnote looking to take down some of these Forest Troll Shadow Priests. Forest Troll Shadow Priests will get taken down here. Well, wow, one more. Wow, how is it staying alive? It is just staying alive by, well, healing itself once and then getting away. There goes another getting taken down. There's some abolished magic, and it looks as though the Ancient Protector is going to end up falling at the hands of the Archmage and the Water Elemental. There's some more Forest Troll Shadow Priest and some more damage getting racked up here, and we're going to look at the Forest Troll Shadow Priest purposely aggro onto the creeps as the Archmage now makes its way back off to the north. All right, Demon Hunter takes a little bit of time to resurrect here. We're looking at, well, Deathnote trying to retreat back with this group here, and this may be actually a bit of a problem. We're going to be seeing this main base is pretty much wide open. Smurf could have come in here and just eaten up all of those peasants. Two Huntresses could have easily, well, stalled out a lot of the mining. I don't know if a split-pronged attack would have been better or not, but considering how sparse and how open this current base is, it could have at least delayed more of that mining again. Demon Hunter should be popping on out soon. Wow, 40 seconds. It felt like, I don't know, it feels like the Demon Hunter has been dead for quite a while. Perhaps not getting the resurrection in fast enough. And now with this, well, mining not yet at full saturation. There's only 4 gold mines on this peasant. You can see they're finally moving that 5th one back over. Armies are going to be regrouping. 39 supply, and Smurf is still at Tier 1 after all this time. Deathnote with at Tier 1 as well. This is not what I was expecting at all on a game. we do see nearly level 5 hero as the Demon Hunter now pops out and is ready to put in some pressure. How much damage can be done? Army sizes, significantly larger for Smurf than Deathnote. Deathnote having a lot more workers out here on the battlefield as guard towers now getting added in. All right. Are the Huntresses going to be able to do enough here? Archmage is going to come across what is happening. There's going to be a little bit of free damage. Demon Hunter makes its way over as well, and here we are in that engagement. Low hit point Huntress may be forced to try and retreat back. There's a Water Elemental already getting turned into a puddle in a matter of seconds, as we're looking at some more damage getting racked up here. Force Troll Berserker in the far back. He's going to get focused down. Smurf with dual Force Troll Shadow Priest trying to focus fire down some of these footmen. And that while the Huntresses are, playing target practice against these fleeing units. Arcane Tower already done. Guard Tower just online. Arcane Vault now getting added in as well. And those two towers, as they are constructed, are going to be incredibly powerful at keeping everything else alive. There is one orange creep camp here, but, when you expand, you often open yourself up into other problems. Deathnote got the memo earlier and said, you know what? This base was fairly wide open earlier. Is it still wide open now? No guard towers here. Demon Hunter may try to hold the door. We're looking at peasants. And now, low hit point Force Troll Shadow Priest does get taken out. Demon Hunter does have Immolation, does get to level 6. And now still going after all of these units. Level 6 off of peasant kills mainly, as Smurf still pushing his way through. 38 supply compared to 29. Archmage does not have that much mana. Demon Hunter, however, trapped, doesn't have a Scroll of Town Portal, has no way out of this spot, and could end up getting taken down, giving level 6 to the Archmage perhaps. No, Archmage going to be just shy. Water Elementals here. Ogre Mauler going to try and test the waters. Deathnote also here. Smurf coming back around, brings in an Ogre Mauler trying to wall things in. Archmage now sitting at level 6, could drop in a second Water Elemental as well, and is just picking off units. All right, the invulnerability could actually be a little bit too much now. Now going after another Huntress again, and now trying to find its way out. All right, these peasants need to make way. Force Troll Shadow Priest going to come across, get in some heals, and Deathnote now at level 6 while at tier 1. 2 level 6 heroes out here are in this game, both before the tech to tier 2. In all my years of casting, I cannot think of another game just like this at all. Both sides sitting with a level 6 hero, Smurf needing to resurrect his. Meanwhile, Deathnote, under the protection of this, or the economy of this guard tower and arcane tower, seems to be okay. Demon Hunter resurrected at the tavern. That is an expensive resurrection, as these Moonwells are going to pretty much get drained for that Demon Hunter to be back up to full. Meanwhile, Force Troll, Shadow Priest, Death Knight, that's going to get cleaned up easily. That Water Elemental taken down. A couple more easy shots. Let's go 1 or 2 more. No, that Water Elemental able to back away here. More Water Elementals getting summoned up. Important thing to note, Deathnote does not have an ultimate ability. He opted to go for level 3 Brilliance Aura, and as the Demon Hunter now going to be coming across here, joining in on the fight. There's a big mana burn now, as we're looking at, Demon Hunter with that Metamorphosis, able to get in some damage. There's a mana burn. There's another attack. That Force Troll Shadow Priest is taken out. All right, Huntresses. One Huntress coming across here, going to try to fight, take down this guard tower. Guard tower could easily get taken down. We're going to see some splash damage as well from that Chaos Splash, as the Huntress should really be trying to focus down some of these other units here. The guard tower finally taken down. Dual Water Elementals, however, making short work of the Huntress here, as the Huntress looking to fight its way through, perhaps take down one peasant after another. Demon Hunter looking fairly strong, taking down another Force Troll Shadow Priest. And the mercenary camps have been, funneling so many units out here onto the battlefield, it almost makes you wonder what is happening, as Smurf brings in a Mud Golem as well. This mercenary camp seemingly having endless mercenaries constantly fighting as the Archmage could get in trouble. Demon Hunter, well, Mud Golem slow, level 7 onto the Archmage. Mud Golem taken down. Demon Hunter, well, quickly running away here as we see a Scroll of Town Portal off to the north. Does have a Scroll of Healing, doesn't have a Scroll of Regeneration. What is the Demon Hunter going to do? There's another big mana burn as the Demon Hunter gets in some big damage because of that level 3 Brilliance Aura. The level 3 Brilliance Aura actually turning into a bit of a dual-edged sword there, as mana burn becomes that much more effective on that demon or on that Archmage. Archmage, Clarity Potion, Demon Hunter gonna go ahead, toggle that, well, Immolation ability, 18 supply compared to 27, as the Demon Hunter, pretty much a one-man army here, gets to level 7 himself, most likely going to get for level 2 or level 3 mana burn now, as the Archmage is dangerously in trouble. Archmage does have Boots of Speed, so does that Demon Hunter. They can chase each other around Terranus stand for days and really not engage each other at all. All right, Demon Hunter trying to dive down into the Archmage, finds the Archmage once more. There's a little bit more damage again. Archmage trying to retreat back, and the Archmage may get taken down. Archmage cannot buy a Potion of Healing. We do not see tier 2, and the Archmage falls at level 7. Demon Hunter teleports back off to the north, gonna drop that Circlet of Nobility, heal back up, and then make its way back out. Node, well, it is currently midday, so it's gonna be quite some time before we see before we see nightfall and refilling of those Moonwells. 27 over 50 supply. Demon Hunter back out here onto the battlefield. Deathnote, Smurf. All right, we're looking to add some damage onto that one Ogre Mauler. Ogre Mauler taking quite a beating, but keeps on ticking. Archmage now back out onto the battlefield as well. But that Archmage does run a bit faster as that Ogre Mauler gets shot in the back by an archer. Big damage all across the board. Archmage trying to heal back up. Tech to tier 2, needing 16 more seconds. Guard towers need to get upgraded. Demon Hunter gonna go to the mercenary camp, perhaps try and hire up some more. Only gets a Mud Golem, and that is gonna be, well, a lot of mercenaries out here on the battlefield. All right, so difficult to keep track of whose is whose. Deathnote and Smurf both hiring and using these mercenaries well into the 18-minute mark of this game. Demon Hunter going to be coming back around. There's going to be some quick abolish magics. Water Elemental quickly taken down, and both sides still looking to fight again. Smurf, well, wanting to focus down a couple of easy targets. We're looking at the Archmage able to back away once more. Perhaps we're going to see another mana burn again. No mana burn, as the, well, Potion of Healing on the Archmage should keep him alive. There goes one footman, another footman going to get taken down. Demon Hunter now at level 8. So solo level 8 Demon Hunter before tier 2 and before an expo, as the Demon Hunter is still trying to go after perhaps some other easy targets. We're looking at some damage. This Forest Troll Berserker going to turn back around, try and fight back here. That's going to get taken out here, but what is it going to cost, as Deathnote's Ogre Mauler going to get taken down again. Well, one more shot there, taken down again. All right, hiring up some more units from that mercenary camp. Demon Hunter, well, looking to finish things off, perhaps get some damage. There goes another footman as well. Mud Golem gets taken down. And we have been sitting in no upkeep for so long. Smurf has got to have won the economic advantage. Deathnote has won the economic advantage and is also at tier 2, waiting to get a Blood Mage out. So not even gonna bother for a Mountain King, just get a Blood Mage to perhaps siphon mana off of the Demon Hunter and try and shut him down. 30 supply compared to 34. Archmage looking to put pressure. There is a quick Moonwell construction right there. Is the Moonwell going to be too much? There's another Moonwell again, as the Blood Mage is now out here onto the battlefield. There's some siphon mana as the Demon Hunter, able to get some damage onto that Archmage. Archmage now backing away at 150 hit points. Does still have a Potion of Greater Healing. Deathnote's Water Elemental needs to engage here, or perhaps just buy time. The army of Smurf rather large, as Deathnote trying to get a Forest Troll Shadow Priest and keep him alive and bring him back home. All right, if he can heal back up at home here. Archmage still trying to hide here, perhaps going to drop some Water Elementals. There's a big mana burn onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage losing all of that mana right there as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest still comes across to give big heals. Now with level 3 Brilliance Aura, that is going to be incredibly important in keeping the Blood Mage alive, in that he can still use that Siphon mana. After the mana burn, Siphon mana back and forth, sometimes you just need a little bit faster regeneration to allow that Blood Mage to get that next mana burn again. It looks like Deathnote is finally starting to stabilize, getting up that first Arcane Sanctum, or dual building Arcane Sanctums, instead of having to go for those Forest Troll Shadow Priests. The Shadow Priests are, well, a little bit, are often very fragile, as we've seen, but then again, the Archers and their piercing damage may be too much. Well, also, Archers, they do not have the improved bow upgrade. Smurf never cleared out this orange creep camp, so it is going to be difficult for Smurf to try and clear it out there. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter coming online, going to go after a couple of these peasants. Doesn't have a Scroll of Town Portal. We're going to see this guard tower perhaps finally get taken down. Archmage comes back over. There's some Abolish Magics. And now Siphon mana away from the Smurf's Shadow Priest as the Demon Hunter sits at level 8 and now inching closer to level 9. All right, that Tree of Life is going to take quite some time to walk into position. There's a Staff of Teleportation. He's going to head back home, drink from all of these Moonwells, not even bothering to drop the Circlet of Nobility anymore, and perhaps going to head down here to clear out this creep camp. However, the army is trying to engage away from all of the action. 41 supply compared to 33. Deathnote currently with the larger supply, but remember, a lot of that is workers compared to only 31, 3 workers on the side of Smurf. All right, we need to see a couple of Wisps make their way off to the north right now. If he wants to reestablish that economy. Demon Hunter is sitting at level 9 here, but his army is a what you see, what you get situation. And what I see is a very small army that really needs to find a way to fight back into this situation. All right, Tree of Life absorbing quite a bit of damage. Wisps, well, gonna perhaps get in a little bit of repair. There's only 4 gold left, so not much can be done. We're looking at the Tree of Life suffering quite a bit of damage, but remember, reduced piercing damage now onto heavy armor, as that Tree of Life gonna get into position here and start entangling this gold mine. All right, a little bit of hit point regeneration as well. Smurf gonna come back across up to 41 gold, but a lot of Wisp need to jump inside there to restart this economy. Blood Mage already sitting at level 2. Deathnote, Archmage backing away. There's a Wand of Illusion. Kobold Geomancer taken down. We're looking at 57 supply compared to 31. Deathnote finally getting strong under tier 2, getting Spellbreakers, getting Riflemen with that range, and getting Sorceresses and Priest. As the Demon Hunter, well, gonna find this one Spellbreaker. That Spellbreaker gonna be forced to retreat back home. What is the Blood Mage gonna do? Blood Mage does have Banish, so can temporarily remove the Demon Hunter from the equation, as this front door, Ancient of War, there to meet and greet that Blood Mage. Here we are. The Wisp going to try to jump inside. They should be able to do exactly that there. However, the Tree of Life very low on hit points. Are we going to see a Staff of Teleportation home? We do. Demon Hunter, Staff of Teleportation home, and now, gets banished and siphoned mana. Oh, this Demon Hunter trying to go after these targets. There's another mana burn again. Are we going to perhaps see another banish? There is another banish. There's some repairs underway. There's a mana burn onto the Archmage. Immolation still causing big problems, as the Blood Mage has mana for days because of level 3 Brilliance Aura. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, tactical retreat after taking down the Tree of Life. And now 32 supply compared to 47. Deathnote is in no rush, as he knows, economically speaking, he can continue to build a bigger and better army. All right, Priest, 290 hit points right there. Water Elemental getting dropped. 7 gold a second versus 0. And once more, Smurf is in a what you see, what you get scenario. Army is still rather small. And meanwhile, Archmage and Blood Mage going to make its way back down. Blood Mage, if it can keep that Demon Hunter out of the equation with chain banishes, that is gonna really change the outcome of the battle here. There's a mana burn, more siphon mana. Demon Hunter now turns on the immolation, but that Demon Hunter is gonna be running out of mana in just a moment. We could be looking at another banish here in just a second. Wisp now trying to be brought over. 28 supply compared to 51. Archmage dropping Water Elementals, Force Troll, Shadow Priest, Militia now being called over to fight. Only 11 workers here, down to about 50 supply army compared to 22. Demon Hunter continuing to do that work, but Smurf has left the game. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.